Jai Hind, dear students. It is the very first time we all are enjoying summer vacations in such a way. First time we are enjoying the vacations with each of our family member. So definitely it is a great benefit to all of us. Today in this class we'll understand about the first struggle for freedom, that is the freedom struggle of 1857, which comes from 7th chapter of your textbook. So let us proceed. The struggle for freedom of 1857 is considered as a glorious and revolutionary event in the history of India. The revolution of 1857 was the first armed revolution which was so widespread and powerful that it shook the foundation of British Empire. By keeping the national problems on center stage, the revolution of 1857 challenged the existence of East India Company's rule. What was East India Company? It was a company of Britishers, because actually in starting they came to India in order to have trade here, trade relations with India. That's why they came here. So the company name was East India Company. The revolution of 1857 was a nationwide organized struggle for putting up an end of the British rule here. Although this struggle failed in its mission, its memories and also inspiration are still alive in the hearts of common men. So, in the year 1857, the common men in India, the soldiers, the rulers of small states, and landlords participated in the struggle against the British rule with great valor, and that is why this struggle is known as the first struggle for freedom. The events of 1857 were the first sparks which kindled the freedom struggle. So let us try to figure out the causes of the first struggle for freedom. So there are basically what I pointed out and what is given in your book are the main 5 reasons, and one was immediate reason, which we have already talked about in the one of our previous videos. The immediate cause, yes, the larded cartridge and all. So the main five causes we are going to study one by one. The very first is political reasons. So there was a lot of discontentment among landlords and Indian rulers under the British thumb. He named this plan the Subsidiary Alliance. The doctrine of lapse, a policy of dissolution of states. Lord Dalhousie caused many Indian states to be a part of the Company Empire. British took control of many states like Punjab, Sikkim, Satara, Jaipur, Sambhalpur, Jhansi, Nagpur, etc. So the company government ended state titles conferred to Nawabs of Awadh, Tanjore and Karnataka, which caused political instability therein. So Britishers were very disrespectful towards the last Mughal emperor also. And who was the last Mughal emperor? Yes, Bahadur Shah Zafar II. This caused a state of anxiety among ruling families. Whichever state British took control of, their soldier, craftsmen and people connected with various other trades were adversely affected. So British seized lands from many zamindars and sardars, which resulted in unemployment of many people working there previously. So these were the main political reasons. Second is attack on Indian languages, culture, and its traditions. So the education policy formulated by Lord Macaulay was an attack on Indian culture and education system. Lord Macaulay was prejudiced and was against education in the vernacular languages. Macaulay considered English as a superior race and English language as the finest language. So here I would like to tell you that I also love Hindi, but definitely the modern education system is still running in English, so we have to use English. But yes, me too, I also love my language, that is Hindi. But still, let us move on with English only. So he therefore encouraged English language and Western and scientific learning. But at that point of time, Lord Macaulay's aim was to protect the interest of British in India by providing Indian education and prepare a class of people who would help in running of British administration. That means उनका एक ही एम था, टारगेट था कि यहाँ से कुछ ऐसे लोगों को पढ़ा लिखा कर निकाला जाए, एक ऐसा ग्रुप बनाया जाए जो ब्रिटिश एजुकेशन पा करके कहीं ना कहीं ब्रिटिश जैसा सोचने लगे. Macaulay was such a conceited racist that he recommended a ban on printing and translation of books in Oriental languages. That means some languages which are local to India, local Indian languages. The followers of Oriental education considered English education policy as an attack on their culture, tradition, and also language, and protested against it. So this was the second reason. Third reason, the economic reason. The land management policies of company government proved disastrous for the farmers. Heavy taxes imposed on farmers caused them to fall in the clutches of local money lenders and remain under debts. Definitely, if they take money, there are probabilities that they cannot return it back on time, and that's why they will remain under debts. In order to sell more and more finished goods manufactured in England, the British government discouraged the cottage industries of handlooms and handicrafts of India. So the local industries, local handicraft industries will be shut off, or if they will be discouraged, definitely the material manufactured in London or in the Britain will have its larger market over India. So that was the third reason, economic reason. Now reason number fourth, social and religious reasons. Yes, there were some social and religious reasons also. Let us understand. So the social and religious policies of the company government caused a lot of discontent among Indians. Indians develop an apprehension that company government was bent upon destroying their religion and traditions. Major Edward's statement was, the ultimate aim of British rule was to make India a Christian country. Yes, I will repeat the sentence again. The ultimate aim of the British rule was to make India a Christian country. So their measure, उनके एक मेजर का स्टेटमेंट था कि ब्रिटिश रूल का अल्टीमेट उद्देश्य भारत में यह है कि वह भारत को एक क्रिश्चियन कंट्री बनाना चाहते हैं. Company government made many laws and took major steps to eradicate the social evils prevailing in India. Indians considered this as an interference in their social life. So, spread of Christianity, enticement of Indians for conversion to Christianity, Christian education in the educational institute were the reasons which caused discontentment among Indians. Now the fifth reason was the discontent among soldiers. Owing to the policies of company government, there was a lot of discontent among soldiers also. Although the existence of company government solely depended upon Indian soldiers, the Indian soldiers were meted out unfair and discriminatory treatment. Indian soldiers were denied promotions, they were paid less salaries as compared to the European soldiers. European officers looked down upon Indian soldiers. They thought that these Indian soldiers are just like a slave only, so they were not respected. Due to religious constraints, Indian soldiers were not inclined to cross the sea, yet they were forced to sail and participate in the wars. Like India has a tendency that Indians have actually, that we should not cross the sea. At that time इसे मान्यता थी कि हम समुद्र को क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वो समुद्र देव का अपमान होगा. दैट्स वाई इंडियंस डिनाइड टू क्रॉस इट, बट हाउएवर forcefully they have to sail over it through ships and participate in the war. Other than that, Indian soldiers were an integral part of the Indian society. Therefore, the sufferings of rulers, landowners, farmers, craftsmen affected them as well. क्योंकि वो भी भारत के थे, भारतीय लोगों का दुख दर्द काफ़ी समझते थे. Other than this, company government has forbidden Indian soldiers to apply tilak on their forehead. तिलक लगाना मना कर दिया था. Keep a choti, that is ponytail, चोटी रखना भी मना कर दिया था. Mustaches and beard, दाढ़ी मूछ वगैरह रखना भी बैन था. So these restrictions hurt the religious feelings of soldiers. As a result, discontent was on the rise among the various sections of the society against the foreign rule. Around the same time, a new rifle was introduced. Its cartridge had cow fat and pig's lard out it. So while loading the cartridge in the rifle, the cartridge needed to be cut with the teeth at the corners. दांतों से चबा करके उसे गन में लोड किया जाता था. So Indian soldiers did not want to use such cartridge, which became immediate reason for the revolt, which I told you, which is termed as the immediate reason for the struggle. So these were the main reasons, and I hope you have understood this. In the next class, we will try to figure out what are the main reasons of failure for the freedom struggle. Fail क्यों हो गया? That reasons we'll try to figure out. This struggle was not successful in hitting its main target, that is our freedom, but still it gave a lot to Indians. The main out of which was hope to live in a free society, and that hope united and strengthened our country. And that's how, with that particular ray of hope, we kept on fighting for our freedom till 1947, and finally we achieved it. जय मातृभूमि, जय भारत.